Hello everyone. In the last video, we discussed about the standard sum of product expressions, and in this video, we are going to discuss about the product of sum expressions. The OR terms or the sum terms can be called as the max terms. So a literal or the logical sum of the multiple literals within the logic system can be called as a max terms. For example, x, x plus y, x plus y bar, x plus y plus z, a bar plus b plus c. All these are examples for max terms. Max terms are nothing but OR terms or sum terms. Okay. In this max term, if the value of a variable is 1, then its complement is added. Else the variable is added as it is. Okay. In the case of min term, if the value is 0, then it represents the complement value. But in this case of max term, if the value of a variable is 1, then its complement is added. Okay. So if a is equal to 0, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to 1, then the max term is a plus b bar plus c bar. Okay. So here 1. So if the variable is 1, then we need to represent that variable with its complement. So if b is equal to 1, then that b is going to be represented as b complement. Okay. So it is just opposite to that of min terms. Okay. So the max term, that is the sum term, okay, or the OR term. So for the combination a is equal to 0, b is equal to 1, c is equal to 1, the max term is a plus b complement plus c complement. Okay. These max terms can also be written as a subscript on the capital letter M, okay, which is a decimal equivalent of the given input combination. So a plus b bar plus c bar can be written as capital M with a subscript 3. Okay, very similar to the min terms, here also the max for an n variable, it produces 2 raised to n max terms. Okay, for example, if we are having 3 variables, it produces 2 raised to 3, which is equal to 8 max terms. Okay, so for the combination 0 0 0, the sum term or the max term can be given as a plus b plus c. If it is 0 1 1, it can be given as a plus b bar plus c bar. If it is 101, a bar plus b plus c bar, which is denoted as m5. 111, a bar plus b bar plus c bar, which is denoted as m7. So the only difference is that if the value is 1, then its complement need to be added. Okay. Okay, now we know what is a max term or a sum term. Let's look into this POS and standard POS expressions. Okay, when two or more max terms or sum terms are logically multiplied, we'll be getting a POS expression. For example, the sum term x plus y, x plus z, y plus z. When these sum terms are multiplied, we'll be getting a POS expression. Okay, that is f is equal to x plus y into x plus z into y plus z. Okay, that is when two or more sum terms are multiplied, we'll be getting a POS expression. And this POS expression can also be called as conjective normal form. And this expression can be implemented using an AND/OR circuit. Now let's look into this products of sum form in detail. When two or more sum terms are logically added, then the expression can be called as POS expression. Example, a plus b into a plus b plus c. Okay. In POS expression, a single overbar cannot extend over more than one variable. However, more than one variable in a term can have a overbar. It is very similar to the SOP. Here also, a single overbar cannot be extended to more than one variable. That is, a plus b, the whole bar is not possible, but we can have a bar plus b bar. In standard POS expression, all the variables in the domain must appear in each sum term in the expression. If it is a canonical POS expression or the standard form of POS form, then all the variables in the domain must appear in each term of the expression. POS expression can be implemented using two-level OR AND circuit. Okay, now let's look at an example. Implementation of the expression a plus b into b plus c plus d into a plus c. Okay, so for the term a plus b, we are making use of one OR gate. Then for the term b plus c plus d, we are making use of the second OR gate. And for the term a plus c, we are using another OR gate. Okay, the outputs from all these three OR gates are inputted to the AND gate, and we'll be getting the final expression. Okay, so using a two-level OR AND circuit, we can implement a POS expression. Okay, if we are given with a truth table, how to write the corresponding POS terms? So for a given expression, first we need to have a truth table for all the possible combinations of inputs. Then take the product of all the max terms which produces low output. It is just opposite to the SOP expression. In this case, we need to take the product of all the max terms which produces low output. Okay. In the given truth table for the function f of ABC, for the combination 0, 0, 0, the output is 0. Then for the combination 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, in all these combinations, the output is 0. So we need to take the product of the max terms of these combinations. So for the first combination 0, 0, 0, the corresponding max term is a plus b plus c. Then a plus b bar plus c bar. Then 1, 0, 0, a bar plus b plus c. Then 1, 0, 1, a bar plus b plus c bar. So we need to take the product of all these terms to get the final output, final expression. Now let's look into the algebraic method for max term expansion. First, we need to simplify the given expression using the appropriate Boolean rules and theorems. Then convert the given expression in POS form by applying the rule x plus y is equal to x plus y into x plus z. So the first step is we need to make the expression in POS form. If the expression is in POS form, then if any term consists of any missing variable, then we need to add that term with missing term dot missing term complement factor, a into a bar, which is equal to 0. So we are going to add 0 to that. Okay, we are adding that term with missing term into missing term complement factor. Then simplify the expression, and if you're having any duplicates, remove it. So that's the method for expanding or converting the given expression into canonical POS form. In an example, we are given with f is equal to x bar y plus y into z bar plus y. So the first step is we need to simplify the given expression. We need to open all the brackets. Okay. So we are considering the first bracket, the first innermost bracket. So x bar y plus y into z bar plus y z bar. Again, the next bracket we are going to open x bar y plus y z bar z bar. Z bar is a into a is a, right? So y z bar plus y into z bar. Y into y is y. So y z bar, which is equal to x bar y plus y z bar. Then now to convert this into POS form, we need to apply x plus yz rule, which is equal to x plus y into x plus z. So we can write it as x bar y plus y into x bar y plus z bar. Okay, so the second term is going to be split using the dot operator. So x bar y plus y into x bar y plus z bar. Okay, now again simplify that expression. X bar plus y into y plus y into x bar plus z bar into y plus z bar, which is equal to x bar plus y into y plus y is y into x bar plus z bar into y plus z bar. Okay, now we got four terms. Okay, now we are going to add the missing term into missing term complement factor. So the first term is missing the z factor. So we are adding it with z into z bar. The second term is mixing the x and z term variables. So x into x bar plus y plus z into z bar. Similarly, the other two terms we are going to add the missing term into missing term complement factor. And when we reduce that, we will be getting the final expression. Let's look at another example. We are given with a plus b bar plus c into b bar plus c plus d bar into a plus b bar plus c bar plus d. So here the domain is a, b, c, d. So we are taking the first term a plus b bar plus c. So that d term is missing. So we need to add d into d bar to that term. We'll be getting a plus b bar plus c plus d into a plus b bar plus c plus d bar. Then in the second term a is missing. So we'll be getting two terms of using this a plus b bar plus c plus d bar, then a bar plus b bar plus c plus d bar. And in the last term we are having all the variables in the domain. So finally, adding all these terms, we will be getting the final expression. Now let's look into the binary representation of the standard sum term. A standard sum term is equal to 0 for only one combination of variable values. A plus b bar plus c plus d bar is equal to 0 when a is equal to 0, b is equal to 1, c is equal to 0, d is equal to 1, and is 1 for all other combinations. Okay, since we are going to have this OR operator, or the since it is a sum term, we need to have all the variables should have 0 value. Okay, so if it is in the complemented form, that variable should be assigned with 1, and if it is in the true form, we need to assign the value with 0. Okay, so a plus b bar plus c plus d bar is equal to 0 plus 1 bar plus 0 plus 1 bar, which is equal to 0. So the sum term has the binary value 0 1 0 1, which is equivalent to the decimal value 5. Another example, determine the binary values of the variables for which this following standard Peirce expression is equal to 0. A plus b plus c plus d. All the terms are in the true form. So we need to assign 0 to all the variables. So a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0, c is equal to 0, d is equal to 0. So the corresponding binary value is 0 0 0 0, which is equal to 0. Then the second term, a plus b bar plus c bar plus d. So a will be 0, b will be 1, c will be 1, d will be 0. So the corresponding value is 0 1 1 0, which is equal to 5. Then a bar plus b bar plus c bar plus d. All the terms are in the complemented form, so all the variables will be assigned with the value 1. So the binary equivalent is 1 1 1 1. Okay, so the Peirce expression equals 0 when any of the three sum terms equal to 0. So this is the method for representing the standard sum term in binary form. Let's look into the shorthand max term notation. If you are given with f is equal to pi 0 1 4 5 7, it is equal to m0 into m1 into m4 into m5 into m7. So we need to take its corresponding binary equivalent of the subscript. So m0 can be represented as 0 0 0, and its corresponding max term is x plus y plus z. M1 it is 0, 0, 1. So the corresponding max term is x plus y plus z bar. Here the 0 will be denoted by the true form and 1 will be denoted by its complemented form. Then M4, it is 1, 0, 0. So the max term is x bar plus y plus z. Then for M5, the binary equivalent is 1, 0, 1. So we can write the max term as x bar plus y plus z bar. M7, it's 1, 1, 1. So all the terms are in the complemented form. X bar plus y bar plus z bar. Take the product of all these sum terms, we will be getting the POS form. Now we know about the standard SOP form and standard POS form. Okay, fine. If you are given with a standard POS form or if you are given with a standard SOP form, how to get its corresponding POS terms? Okay, so how to convert between the canonical forms? Let's look into that. Okay, the complement of a function expressed as the sum of min terms equals the sum of min terms missing from the original function. So if f is equal to sum of min terms, then its complement is the sum of min terms which is missing from the original function. That is, if f is equal f of ABC is equal to sigma 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, then its f complement will be 0, 2, 3 because the 0, 2, 3 are missing in the f. Okay, so the original f will be having 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is not having the terms 0, 2 and 3. So its complement will be having the missing terms 0, 2, 3. Okay. This is because the original function is expressed by those min terms that make the function equal to 1. While its complement is a 1 for those min terms for which the function is a 0. Okay. Min terms means we are taking the min terms corresponding to the high output. Okay, if you are taking its complement, we need to take the min terms of the function which produces low output. Okay, so f complement is the missing min terms missing from the f. Now we know if f of ABC is equal to a set of sum of min terms, then its complement will be the sum of missing min terms. Okay, so if f of ABC is equal to sigma 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, then f complement of ABC is equal to sigma 0, 2, 3. Fine. If f complement is equal to sigma 2, 3, then its complement f double complement is equal to m0 plus m2 plus m3 the whole complement. Right, that is m0 complement plus m2 complement plus m3 complement, which can be written as capital M0 plus m2 plus m3, which is equal to pi of 0 to 3. Okay, so if f complement of ABC is equal to sigma 0 to 3, then its complement f double complement is equal to pi 0 to 3. So to convert from one canonical form to another, interchange the symbol and list those numbers missing from the original form. So if f is equal to sigma 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, that is the sum of min terms, then f of ABC is equal to pi of 0 to 3. That is the product of the sum terms. Okay, so to convert from one canonical form to another, interchange the symbol and list those numbers missing from the original form. Okay, so we need to take the complement of f, then again one more complement, we will be getting the max terms. Okay, so if f of x, y, z is equal to pi 0 to 4, 5, then what will be its corresponding sum of terms, sum of product terms? F of x, y is equal to sigma 1, 3, 6, 7, right? 0, 2, 4, 5 is there in the POS form. So the missing terms are 1, 3, 6, 7. So that will be the corresponding canonical SOP form. Okay. Okay, now let's look at an example. We are given with an SOP expression. We need to find its equivalent POS expression. Okay, so the given SOP expression contains the terms A bar, B bar, C bar plus A bar, B, C bar, A bar, B, C, A, B bar, C, A, B, C. Okay, let's find out its corresponding binary equivalent and the shorthand notation. A bar, B bar, C bar, the corresponding binary equivalent is 0, 0, 0, and so the shorthand notation is M0. A bar, B, C bar, the corresponding binary term is 0, 1, 0, and its shorthand notation is M2. Similarly, A bar BC is 011 M3, A B bar C is 101 M5, ABC is 111 M7. Okay. Since there are three variables in the domain of the given expression, there are a total of 2 raised to 3 possible combinations. Okay. So we'll be having 8 different combinations. Out of these 8 different combinations, 5 of these combinations are already there in the SOP. So the POS will be containing the remaining 3 terms, the missing 3 terms, and they are M1, M4 and M6, and its corresponding max terms are A plus B plus C bar, A bar plus B plus C, A bar plus B bar plus C. Okay, then take the product of these sum terms, we'll be getting the equivalent POS expression. So F is equal to A plus B plus C the whole C bar into A bar plus B plus C into A bar plus B bar plus C. Okay. Some exercises are listed here. We need to identify each of the expression as SOP, standard SOP, POS, or as standard POS terms. In this video, we discussed about the POS form in detail, how to convert a Boolean expression into canonical POS form, then how to convert between the canonical forms. So, if you are given with a SOP form, how to get its corresponding POS form, or if you are given with a POS form, how to get the corresponding SOP form. So, we covered all these points in this video. Thank you.